What's up, guys? So I'm gonna talk to you real quick. So I just seen this video. Person was talking about Mullen. They talked about some other stocks also in the past, and they're talking about the stock market, how it's corrupt, and how the owner of Mullen is shorting the stock, and the corruption. He's a bad person, and just everything that's going on with this stock of Mullen, right? And you're always hearing bad news. There's broken promises. So I listen to this stuff, right? And I hear this stuff about all kind of other stocks. People say, oh, it's a garbage company. All right? It's a garbage company. But there's garbage companies you can make money off of, okay? If you know for a fact it's a garbage company, you can make money as the stock's going down. But keep this in mind. So I got some notes right here. Tesla, the IPO for Tesla was in 2010. It IPO'd at $212, and then it opened up at $179. It went as high as $226, and then it closed at the same price that it opened up at $212, right? Then in 2022, yeah, I think that's what it is. Year 2022, it felt like it was about to be delisted. Like Tesla was about to be delisted because it went under $1 or below $1 for like 30 days, and they made a comeback. Okay, so now you know the story of that. Okay, there's probably more to it. So now you know the story of Tesla, and Tesla right now is successful, and their stock is trading up at like $200 something, almost 300. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now you hear all this news about Mullen. It's weird because we only know certain things. We only know what's in public records about the owner, the CEO, and how he did this in other companies, and this and that, right? Now, and you hear bad stuff. You haven't heard, as far as I know, there's no record of him and most people in the company. If the CEO is shorting the stock, they have to, it has to be out there. So I don't know if he has or not, but as far as I know, he hasn't shorted the stock. Okay, they may have diluted, and they keep doing these reverse splits or whatnot. And when they do that, it kind of gives people, it makes people think like maybe the owner doesn't really have faith in the company, and so he dilutes it. He hasn't sold any of his shares because he hasn't sold any of his shares. As far as I know, he hasn't sold any of his shares. But they probably dilute it, put some back in. But as far as I know, he hasn't sold any of his. I know he hasn't sold any. But maybe he has. Okay, leave a comment if he has. But a CEO of a company, this isn't just my thinking, they are not going to, I don't think they would sell their shares back to the market if they're losing, right? If they're losing, they will just short it. Now, is he shorting it? I don't know. I don't have proof of that. There's no record that I know of that he's shorting the stock. Maybe someone else is. I don't know. But the stock is going down and down and down and down and down and down. You also have to think that there's just reasons why it's going down, okay? Because people say it's a crappy company, and you're always hearing bad news. We hear a little bit of sprinkle of good news, and then more bad news. Do you think that their intention is to get the stock back down so they can buy up all the shares, buy all the shares back up? This person ain't let me over. Buy all the shares back up at a lower price, because they may know that the price is going to skyrocket. Okay, I'm not telling you to go buy any shares, but you have to think about this stuff, because if the market can be controlled and manipulated in certain ways without them getting in trouble, and they can control it going down and up. And this is an EV company for cars, and they're slowly getting things together. Okay, the car is the main key to this whole thing. If they start producing a car and it gets out there, their stock is going to skyrocket. Like, their stock is going to skyrocket, especially if the car is really good. Like, if the car drives really good, this stock is going to skyrocket. I'm not saying it's going to skyrocket to $100, but it's going to, I believe it will shoot up 10, 20, 15, whatever. It's going to shoot up. Okay, and then more and more good news will probably come out about it. So you have to think about both sides of the fence. This is what I think. Hearing all the bad news, it could be purposely they're putting out all this bad news, just so the stock can drop as low as possible. I've always said the stock is probably going to go to 10. I've always said that. I said this morning in my price prediction that the stock is they're going to raise it up, and then it's going to be more of a sell-off than what it was when it rose this morning. Okay, and it sold off just like I said, and I'm already predicting that it's going to go to 10. This is just my opinion. Okay, I'm not a guru, but I'm looking at it, and this is just kind of what I see and what I feel. And I feel like the news that you hear is purposely being put out there to, like, all kind of news is to manipulate. The CEO will say something. Sometimes the CEO say something bad about the company, and then the stock will shoot down. Or they say, oh, we missed this earnings, or oh, we didn't hit this mark. You know, they say all kind of crazy stuff, and the stock will go down. Now, why would a CEO say something not really good? They say good, but then they say some bad stuff about the company, about like what it hasn't reached, or make promises and then the promises don't fall through. Like, it could be very intentionally that they're doing this so the stock can go all the way down to 10 or even lower, and then people will get scared and people will start selling their stocks back to the market, and they will scoop them all back up. Other people will scoop all these shares back up because they probably already know that the stock is probably going to take off. Okay, so like I said, me personally, I'm not telling you to. I'm not a financial advisor. When it reaches 10, when it reaches 11, 12, I'm going to be looking at it. When it reaches 11 and 10, especially 10, I'm buying a whole bunch of stocks. I'm buying a whole bunch of it. And once I buy it, I will let you guys know. And then, but I'm going to keep an eye out on the reverse split. That's the key point for me. If the reverse split is in play and they say they're going to do it, I'm pulling all my money out, and I'm going to wait till after the reverse split and then see where it's at. Because the stock, after they do a reverse split, the stock probably go up to $10 or $5, or who knows. It's going to appear that it's higher, and then they're going to start pulling it back down. So that's the key factor for me, if the reverse split happens. But if they don't do reverse split and it start shooting down and it gets to 10, I'm buying more. So tell me what you guys think about that story, about what I think, and tell me what you think. Just leave a comment. I don't care how long it is. Just leave a comment. I'm going to go through it, and I'll see you guys next one. Take care. Peace.